بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله خاتم النبيين والمرسلين. In this video, inshallah, we will discuss everything you need to know about Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. So I have 10 years experience of teaching this book, and I seen a lot of students. I listened to a lot of questions they were asking, and I know a lot of tips, I know a lot of mistakes that they made. So inshallah we will ask some questions, around 8 questions, that will help inshallah in teaching or in studying Arabic generally and Arabiya Bayna Yadayk as well. So the first question is, what is Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk? Before we say what is Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk, let's answer the question that what is the purpose of learning Arabic? So Arabic is from ulum al-ala. So we have two kinds of ulum, or two kinds of knowledge in Islam. We have ulum al-ala, we have ulum al-ghaya. So ulum al-ala, they are knowledge that we learn to use this knowledge to understand something else, or to take the benefit of this knowledge to understand something else. Arabic is from this kind of knowledge. Ulum al-ghaya is the Quran and Sunnah. So Arabic is a tool that we use to understand the Quran and Sunnah. It's not a purpose itself. So you need to understand this very well before you start learning Arabic. So don't take Arabic as a purpose. You have to always look higher than this. You look up. You look for Quran. You look for Sunnah. Now let's introduce Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk is a book from the books that are made for the non-native speakers. So when we teach Arabic to people who originally speak Arabic. They want to learn Arabic, like what I did in the college, for example. Or we teach Arabic to people who they didn't speak Arabic before. Arabic is not their own language. So Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk is made for this. How popular is it? There are two popular books in this thing, Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk and Kitab al-Madina. I prefer Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. I prefer it at the beginning when I looked at Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk and Al-Madina. I prefer this, Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. I liked it more, the style, the grammar way, everything. And now I like it because I have experience with it. So that's why I prefer Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. The second question that the students always ask, when I'll be able to speak in Arabic if I start learning? Well, it's very, very soon. It's sooner than you expect. You will be able to speak Arabic from chapter 1 and 2 directly. Everything you learn, you will speak it in your daily life. Speak with your friends, speak with your family, try to teach them something new, try to teach them how to say this in Arabic, how to say that in Arabic. You will speak from day one, directly. The more you learn, the more you speak. Yeah, we'll give you some tips, inshallah, how you will faster this, speaking issue. You will have to think in Arabic. If you think in Arabic, you will always need this word, need this verb. So once you get it in your brain, you will always use it because you think now in Arabic. So you are making effort without making effort, just by thinking in Arabic. Use your vocabs. No, don't use your vocabs only. Use your vocabs in sentences. You can't use your vocabs by itself. You have to make a sentence. So when you make a sentence, whenever you memorize a vocab, try to make a sentence for it. Of course, you will make hundreds of mistakes at the beginning. Yeah, so make mistakes. When you make mistakes, we will teach you what is the mistake, why did you make mistake, you put the word in the right place, you should have put this, you should have do this. So whenever you memorize a vocab, you will write sentences in your notebook and you will show it to your teacher will explain to you the mistakes. This thing, when we do it hundreds and hundreds of times, you will speak Arabic sooner than you expect, inshallah ta'ala. So Arabic language has a lot of content. We have Ilm al-Gharib, that's the vocabs. to use the right word to express the right meaning and to say the word in the right way. So علم الغريب is one of the most important ilm, and it's a very old ilm, by the way. We have a lot of classic books that made for this because mistakes were made too early in the Ummah of Islam. Yani people start to make mistakes early because a lot of people start to, alhamdulillah, accept Islam from all over the world. So they would make mistakes. So people start to write books about gharib so they can fix this issue. So we have the vocabs ilm. We have another ilm called ilm al-nahu. What's ilm al-nahu? Ilm al-nahu is focusing on how to put the word in the right place. When you make a sentence, you can't put the words in the sentence depending on your language. Yani if you think in English, when you say where are you from, where is aina? So you have to put aina. But in fact, when you say where are you from in Arabic, you have to say min aina anta. So you put from first. So this order is not random. You have to learn where you put the word first. This is called ilm al-nahu. Ilm al-nahu is also speaking about the end of the word. When you read Quran, you will see al-rasulu, al-rasula, al-rasuli. Why? Why dhamma, why fatha, why kasra? Each one of them is referring to a meaning. We also have ilm al-sarf. Ilm al-sarf is speaking about the word itself, the build of the word, how it was built. Anyway, these are the most three important knowledge you need to know when you study Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. There are many other knowledge, but they are the most important three. So Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk focus on which part? Book 1, we don't focus on sarf at all. We don't focus on nahu at all. We focus on the part of nahu when we teach the student where to put the word in the sentence. So book 1 is focusing on the structures, the vocabs, the sentences, the daily life things to say. Then inshallah from book 2 we start to take good program of nahu. The texts of the book. So book 1, daily life things, very easy from the beginning. Book 2 start to get harder, also daily life but harder subjects. Book 3 and book 4, no. Book 3 is taken from books, taken from Arabic books, literature. We took this text and we start to study these texts together. So of course it's getting harder. And book 4 is focusing on Islamic texts. So one of the questions that the student asked, I learned before, then I stopped. How I start again now? First, we need to know why you stopped. What happened? Because if you do something very sincerely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all your heart, you can't stop randomly, right? So you need to always remember to renew your niyyah and try to see what happened. Time management, of course, because most of Arabic students, they're not full-time students. So you need to manage your time. You don't need a lot of hours a day to study, by the way. You just need few hours in the right time, in the right way. Also, you need to try to figure out your level, and this is a very hard part, but I personally do it with the students by giving them some exams. When they answer the exams, I can tell where they approach, not exactly. I can see he is in book 1, no, he's in book 2. Maybe sometimes we say we'll start book 2, but we'll make a revision, fast revision of book 1. So this is a teacher thing. Never repeat the same part. That's my advice for the students. If you studied something, don't study it again. Maybe for a revision, very fast, because when you study something again, you feel very disappointed. Oh, I'm going to study this one more time, I already did it. Few lessons and you just feel very disappointed and you will stop learning. So the next question is, a lot of students, they don't understand the difference between Fusha and Lahn and Ammi, and which thing of these three, after knowing what are they, is the book focusing on. Al-Fusha is from أفصح يفصح. أفصح يفصح يعني to express something. When I say أفصحت عما في صدري, I expressed what in my chest. I expressed it. So al-Fusha is used for the Arabic that it was speaking at the time of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at this time and before this time. Not after a lot of people from not Arabs start to accept Islam and start to speak in Arabic. Why? Because after this they start to make mistakes. So to save Arabic, we start to take every text we could get from the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam time and what was before it, and we take this as the judge who can tell if this is a Fusha or not Fusha. Okay, so this is the Fusha. This is the language of Quran. This is the language of Sunnah. This is the language of Shi'r as well. Al-Lahn. What is Al-Lahn? Lahana يعني to make mistake. So Al-Lahn is something, it was exist in the Messenger ﷺ time and before it. There were people making mistakes, of course, and it was very ugly to do mistakes. And there are a lot of like poetry talking about this and how bad is it to make mistakes in Arabic. But it exists in the Messenger ﷺ time and before this. To make mistake in Arabic, yani not to follow the rules of Fusha. Al-Amiyya, no, this is something new. So what is Al-Amiyya? Al-Amiyya is what happened after this. To make words, to change the Fusha, to make your own language, to make your own dialect that is not following the Fusha rules. And this is start to get very strong in the previous like 300 and 400 years. Leaving the Fusha completely, and the people start to speak in Ammi. Of course it was exist before this, making mistakes, but every time has yani the specific level of Ammi. Which thing is Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk teaching? What you guess? Of course we're not teaching you Ammiya. Ammiya is different from country to country. How we'll teach it? We only have one Fusha, alhamdulillah, so we're teaching Fusha 100%. But be careful. Some words are modern because some things didn't exist before. We didn't have a television before, right? Some things wasn't exist. So this word, in the past, there is nothing called doctor. There is no word doctor in Arabic. Even though we use the word doctor in Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk, it's not an Arabic word. Anyway, we'll explain inshallah more about how the words are not originally Arabic, but it exists in Arabic. And are they Fusha or not Fusha? Because some of them will be Fusha and some of them will not be Fusha. Because the Arabs sometimes took words from the other nations, from Faris, from Rome, and use it in their poetry, so it's a Fusha, even though it's not an Arabic word. But they took it and became Arabic later. Inshallah, this will be explained in the book in very details. So the answer of this question is, of course, we explain Al-Fusha, the language of Quran and the language of Sunnah al-Sharif. The next question is, how long will it take me to finish the book? First, you need to understand that the teacher is doing something and the student is doing something. The teacher is trying to get you to the information, give you the right information, explain the information, give you tips, give you the correct way of build the sentences, explain grammar. That's the teacher's job, right? But the student must memorize the vocabs, because I can't memorize vocabs for you. You have to memorize the vocabs. So of course, if you want to know how long will the book take, then for my job I can answer this question. But what about your part? Of course, you are the person who can answer this question. Anyway, we're speaking about three things here. You need a lot of hours to study. We need a lot of hours to study. This is the hours of studying the book itself. Yani the hours we will spend in the lesson together. How many hours will we spend? Book 1, for example, I need around from 16 to 20 hours to finish book 1. That's only. The book is very easy. There are not a lot of verbs, not a lot of things to memorize, only 20 hours. Starting from book 2, I can't tell how many hours I'm going to study the book, because we start in teaching the book in Arabic from book 2, like we'll see inshallah in the next question. So if you're good in book 1 and you became perfect in what you should be in, of course I can't tell, but if not, then this means I will not speaking in Arabic, I will speak in English. So I will say the thing in Arabic, then I will explain it in English because you didn't memorize what you had to memorize in book 1. So I can't tell starting from book 2 how many hours we're going to take. Memorizing hour, that's your part. You have to sit down and memorize. Inshallah soon we will speak about the issue of practicing. Can I learn Arabic by practicing only, or I actually need to sit down in the desk and memorize? Revising hour. If you memorize something, don't think that's over. No. If this memorizing thing is over, most of people will be ulama and will be good students. No, the issue is not about memorizing. The issue is after you memorize this, you will revise this or you will leave it. If you leave it, you forget it. So you have to revising hours. So this one is for me, studying hours. These two are for you. Of course, all these things is going to affect the question. How long will it take me to finish the book? So this is a very good question. I just answered this question in the previous one. Are we going to teach in Arabic or we teach in English? So in book 1, in my opinion, teaching book 1 in English is very, very beneficial. It saves us a lot of time. It makes the students understand things very well, and if he memorizes, he will not facing an issue and the teacher didn't speak in Arabic, so I'm still don't understand, because we are reading the text all the time. I'm just explaining in Arabic. I'm not speaking in Arabic. There is a difference. So in book 1, we focus on learning the text in Arabic, explaining in English to save time. Because if I don't explain in English, what else should I do? Use pictures? It's not saving a lot of time. Using an Arabic definition? How? How will I use an Arabic definition when the students still don't know any vocabs? If I want to explain him the meaning of table in Arabic is Ma'idah. If I want to explain Ma'idah in Arabic in an Arabic definition, I would say خشبة عريضة لها أربعة أرجل يوضع عليها الطعام. How he will understand this when he doesn't know the meaning of Ma'idah yet? Someone will say, well, let him write this in his notebook and memorize every single word. So let him memorize خشبة عريضة لها أربعة أرجل يوضع عليها الطعام. That's the definition of Ma'idah. I think this would be too much on him. I don't think he should memorize this now. I just need him to memorize Ma'idah, that's it. Anyway, in book 1, we'll speak in English. From book 2, we will leave English completely and focus only in Arabic. But if you still don't understand what I'm saying, it will be an issue. If we say something we studied in book 1 and you didn't know it, then this is your fault because you didn't memorize it in book 1. Now we'll speak about the issue of learning by practicing, because it's a scam that some people are using it. You can't learn by practicing unless you are living in an Arabic place, an Arabic community. Because practicing means you will speak for hours and hours a day in Arabic. You will go to the shop, you will go to the mall, you will speak with your friends in house, you will speak with everyone in Arabic. You can't practice for 40 minutes or 30 minutes and say this is enough. No. The next question is, do I need something else after finishing the book? This is too early if you didn't start the book already. Because if you start the book and you see the effort that you need to make, you will understand that you are moving in the right way. You don't need to care about this question or to worry about this question. But if you finish Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk well, you will be able to understand most of Quran, inshallah. You will be able to understand a lot of Sunnah. You will be able to understand everyone speaks Arabic in the street. You'll be able to understand most of the conversations. You'll be able to understand almost everything in Arabic. But the purpose of learning Arabic will decide. You remember when we said at the very beginning, why are we learning Arabic? If you want to take Arabic as your own study, and you want just to focus on Arabic, of course you will need to learn more things. But if you just want to focus after Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk on learning fiqh, on learning tafsir, on learning other knowledge, then Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk, I would say, is very enough. You might need to revise some things. Maybe in some specific things you need to take 1 or 2 books, but generally the book is very enough for after you finish the book you will almost understand most of the Arabic text, inshallah ta'ala.